And I said, yeah. Buddy's trying to decide which chewy he wants. He's getting picky in his old age. He's finally 2. Yeah, you can't hardly tell it. And I said, he's so. And I said, since he got his hair cut, he looks so little. Yeah, he looks so little. Yeah. How is everybody today? And I said, it's kind of a dreary day. Not, it's not bad, but it's just cloudy, all clouded up, and the temperature's slowly going up, but we got some wind going too, so that's, the wind makes it, I think the temperature's like 62, so which isn't bad, really. But like I said, with the wind, it makes it a little bit chillier than that. And we have, porch shivering. Thank you, Jerry. That's what I would thought of. Oh, hey, y'all. Like I said, Buddy and I are just sitting here. He got some, Sean Paul brought him some treats, and he really likes them. And I got to keep him from trying to eat every one at one time. So I've been feeding him trying to give him different things. And not so he eats all the treats at one time. He's just such a picky eater, I mean, he was eating the chicken, the roasted chicken, or roasted, rather, and he likes it. But I said he'd rather much have his treats. And I said, that's probably my fault for feeding him too many. But yeah, it kind of worries me when I see his food still sitting there in the bowl every morning, and I said all he's ate is treats. So, but I try to keep from doing that. But it's kind of hard. I want to make sure he's eating something. Hey, Carol, Kyle, my goodness, Denise, Becky Forbes, Catherine Jacobson. Wow, well, we got starting out really good today. I said, it's nice here. It's not doing anything yet. Tomorrow, they're talking freeze warning tonight. So I might have to bring most of my flowers in, I think. Most of my potted flowers, anyhow. Because I don't, usually if it takes a couple days of freezing cold to really affect most of them. But I'm not going to take any chances. I'm just going to bring them in. If nothing else, I'll stick them in the garage. So, well, Becky, that doesn't work. I've tried that, not giving him any treats, and I said, figuring he'd go eat his food, and he'll go without. That's what worries me. That's why I break down and just give him a treat, because he likes those pepperonis, which most all dogs do. Only he's the only dog I've ever seen that wouldn't eat a hot dog. Believe it or not, he won't touch hot dogs. But he does like the pepperoni. But I know, that most of that is fat. They don't make healthy treats, I don't think. But like I said, it's me. I can't stand it when I don't see him eat. It just bothers me, because he's not a real big dog to start with. Okay. Somewhere in the census, love that shrub at the corner of your house. Do you know what the name of it? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Are you talking about the tall cone-like thing? Or I'm not sure what you're looking at. See what I'm looking at. That's kind of our experimental garden. Skip's little jungle, and we have a little bit of everything in there. Most of it's cut down right now because the weather's changed, but. I'm thinking if you're talking about that tall pyramid-shaped thing back there, that's a regular shrub. That's just the way they got it cut.
Oh, they're probably seeing it backwards.
Yeah, they are. Hello from a foggy 32-degree day in Spokane Valley. That's Craig the Sailor and Nicole. Wow. Kathy B in the 603. Glad you're here. Let's see, Patrick Dowling. Hello, my Florida friends, all the way from Canada. Well, I know you're probably laughing at us because we're inside in 62-degree weather, so you're probably laughing. And Rich A, Warminster, Pennsylvania, 50 degrees and cloudy. Yeah, camera's backwards again. Nothing we can do about it. Like I said, he wanted to show you his coffee cup, and it won't come out on there because it comes out backwards. Mark, it might be a podocarpus. I'm not real sure. I don't know if it's the same thing as what our shrub is out here. I don't think so. But I think it's one of those that was a volunteer. We didn't buy it, so that's why I'm not sure really what it is. I have to ask Skip because he might know what it is. Oh, Becky says it's pronounced Spokane. Okay. Well, you can tell where I'm from. It's still Spokane to me. Do you know what kind of bush that is there on the corner?
Bush.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was here when I bought the place.
Okay.
Actually, it was out front, and I moved it back here.
Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't think we'd bought it, so. But somebody said they thought it was a podocarpus. I think maybe it is, but I'm not sure.
They're pretty common down here.
Yeah. And that's different than what those are, right?
Huh?
That's different than what those are?
Look at the leaves. They look like they're the same.
Well, I don't know. I can't see that well.
You've been here 11 years.
Well, I don't inspect the shrubs. And somewhere in the sense that I'd like to do a little nice around with those shrubs. Yeah, they're nice and they're really not.
They're probably cheap, or otherwise the developer wouldn't be using them.
Yeah, but well, like I said, we've not had to do a whole lot with that one, but of course, Chano, when he does the rest of the bushes, he does that one too.
Here.
I Halls is 47 with rain in Connecticut. Wow. Well, and you know, all of us is going to get that cold spell. But I can't believe it. They actually said it was going to be the coldest in 4 years here. As long as it doesn't linger for 2 or 3 days, we're good. But I think Thursday night and Friday night, it's supposed to be maybe down to 28 with the wind chill, so. Let's see. Laura says 21 degrees and had about 1 inch of snow this morning in Chicago. Yesterday it was 52. Yeah, that's what I said. Everybody's going to get that cold spell. And I said, if you haven't got it yet, it's coming. I said, we're going to get it too. Wrestler says, okay that the mug is backwards since Skip is already backwards. Yeah, he realized it after he put it up there, but. Let's see, Craig the Sailor and Nicole said, Laura, you beat us on the temps. You win. You can have them. Yeah, that's the way with me. You know, I'm not crazy about this cold weather. And we do have, like I said, about 18 days of this kind of winter, you know, where it gets down in the 30s. And I said, but altogether, 18 days out of the winter, that's not bad. You know, if you can go outside with a sweater on, you're still good. And like I said, when it gets down to that 30-degree mark and below, and that's, you know, like I said, that's kind of pushing. Okay. I Hall says it's L Hall in Connecticut, wanting Florida weather. I'll bet. That's what I say. I feel bad about even saying, you know, that we're inside because of the weather. Laura says, my doggy now doesn't want to go outside now that the cold is bad. Yeah, Buddy doesn't seem to be bothered by the cold. When he first got his hair cut, like I said, going out, he was shivering, and I tried to put his coat on him, and God, trying to get his coat on him was just, it is an epic, let me tell you. But I insisted he put his coat on when it got down really cold. And like I said, tomorrow will probably be one of those days. But I've tried sweaters, I've tried coats, you know, and his coat actually zips in the back. So that shouldn't. I mean, his coat actually zips in the back. The problem is really getting his legs in anything. But with his coat, you know, I just lay it down on the floor and he can just step into it and then zip it up the back. But he sees me with it, he starts running. You know. Becky Forbes says, we're having a weird winter, going to be 50 today. That's fine with me. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. You know, the 50s and 60s, it's not bad weather. But like I said, it's supposed to be, tomorrow I think the high is maybe going to be 50s and 60s. But the low, like I said, is going to be from 28 to 30. We're expecting a freeze. And we're just on the edge of where they're showing the weather people are showing that freeze is. So you never know. Maybe it'll miss us. Wrestler says Central Pennsylvania is rainy and 41. Thinking of going outside with a bar of soap for a nice refreshing shower. You go ahead. I'll wait on you. And yeah, wild weather swings this year in Chicago. It is. But, you know, when is the weather ever normal? Yeah, Wrestler. Jerry says your neighbors will love it. Mark Ryan wanted to know if you're pleased with the insulation you put on your garage door. And would you do anything different?
I don't know. I never tried all the other ones. They got a lot of them that you can put on your garage door. I just wanted to get one that didn't stand out. Like the fiberglass stuff, you can actually buy that for that door. But then it looks like crap. I just didn't like that. So anyway, most importantly, which I do not have, you should get insulation blowed above your garage in the attic area up there. No home here comes with insulation above the garage, and that's where all the heat comes in, mostly. But between that and the garage door, I don't know, any insulation you buy for garage doors helps. It doesn't keep all the heat out, but it helps.
Yeah.
And I got that off Amazon. It was easy peasy. If you watch the video, you cut it with a knife, and it's not glued onto the door. It wedges up underneath the lips, and it never come off. It's been there for 10 years that I know of.
Yeah, and it didn't take him no time to put it up there. I was really surprised, yeah. But, yeah. Like I said, you think of that this time of year when you think I should have done that when it was warmer weather.
Just like the lanai, there's no insulation above this lanai. No lanai comes with insulation above it. And
Even the new ones?
The problem is there's no access to it because of the way the house is built. This is like an add-on. They build the house, they sheathe the roof, it's done, then they put this on and connect it to the house so there's no access to above here unless you want to cut a hole in your ceiling or go through the garage, get up in the attic, walk all the way over here and cut a hole in the ceiling of the house to be able to have access to blow insulation above this. Problem there is no contractor will cut a hole in your house. They don't want liability on that.
Yeah, you'd have to do it yourself.
So,
You have to do it yourself.
Unless you do it yourself. I'm not doing it. So I've almost come to the conclusion if I put an air conditioner out here, I may do what Linda did and have the air conditioner that actually mounts up in the ceiling. Only because they're going to cut a hole in this ceiling and I can tell them to blow insulation up there first. That's about $9,000, by the way.
Yeah, somebody was talking to me about enclosing their lanai the other day, and I told them they told me what they were charging them, and I said, well, I remember what mine was, but that was, 10 years ago. And I was just kind of shocked. Says, I see the oatmeal cookies I used to have when I worked. Yeah, he loves his oatmeal cookies. You may regret
Only if they
having
got all the icing on them. You'd be surprised how many oatmeal cookies she brings home, and there's like no icing on it at all.
Yeah, and like I said, they're in packages, so you really can't see, but anyhow, he likes those oatmeal cookies. You may regret it after a bit, but that's one of those things that's pretty rough on your stomach.
No.
Well.
Right now, it ain't a stomach problem, it's my hip. It's killing me.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Russia's Healthy Home Cooking and I were looking at possible river cruises with Celebrity in a few years. So they normally have chick nights. What is that, and are you doing that on your cruise? I don't know what that is, Rustler, but I'll look into it. Jerry says those cookies look vegan. Yeah, they're not gluten-free. They're oatmeal. But
Who normally has chick nights? I don't get it.
The cruise, Celebrity Cruises. I know they have white night. Some of them do, not all of them do, but because even at even at Bell's the other day, they had a whole rack of white dresses. So, and I know that's what it was for because, you know, the cruises usually have a white night where everybody wears all white. So, and oh, Wrestler says vegan. Maybe they are. Don't tell him that, he won't eat them anymore. Oh, goodness. Oh, he says, I think it's pronounced cheek. Okay, well,
Not
whatever
cheek.
it is, I never heard of it.
Chic. I even know that. Women and men get dressed up. They look like they're very chic. What?
Okay, no,
You never heard that word?
I have. I never heard it in that context, but yes, I have. And that would, yeah, that's nice. Unless they do have some formal nights, some of them. Not all of them. They've gotten away from that so much.
I'm not doing it this time. I did it last time, carrying a suit and all that stuff on the boat. What a waste of space. I'm showing up in shirts and shorts and whatever because I ain't doing it.
Well, like I said, it's one of those things where they want you to look nice when they take your picture.
I don't care what they want. I spent my money to do what I want.
Laura says, I think I'll bring a white top in case there is a white night on my upcoming cruise. Yeah, a lot of them do the white night. And, you know, Judy even said that last one that she did, they did a white night. She wasn't able to go to it, but she didn't know in time, I guess. But yeah, I've seen a lot of them do the white night. And that's no big deal. You know, if you've got white things, it's no big deal. And I say, you know, that's, for men, that might be a hard thing to find. And Jerry says, do they have all-you-can-eat lobster tails on the cruise? Well, I don't know. This is one we've never been on before. We'd probably have to ask the Krugers. They're kind of in charge of the details here, and they've done so many other cruises, and they put together a lot of cruises. And so they would probably know that, but like I said, we went to one. So this would be our second one, so I really don't know that much. Other than the food was excellent. Mr. Rizzo says we just used Skip for referring us for a second Nova filter for our rental house. Good for you. And I said Nova always does a great job, you know, and they actually come in and done a softener for me once we had the filters in for years. And then they come in and did a softener for me because I always had problems with the lime in the water. And it's been kind of fault-free. We've never had a problem. And I'm assuming it's working. I don't know much of the difference. You know, the white stuff, we've got black furnishings, you know, your faucets and everything are all black. The shower's black. And then, so you can see that line really, really easily. And so I wanted to eliminate that. And they said the water softeners did that. So that's what they installed the last time. And they did a great job. And I said, kid did a really good job of explaining things to me. And it's not like it used to be. When we had a water softener up north, and I don't know what kind it was, but I was constantly filling it with salt. And because we had rust up there. We don't have that problem here, but we had rust up there. And I said, I just told him, you know, I don't want to have to do that. And this, and I haven't had to. We've had, since they put it in, and I think weren't we in North Dakota? I think we were in North Dakota when he called about putting it in. So it's been August probably. And I said, we just put salt in it. So, and it doesn't take as much as what the other ones used to either. So that makes a big difference. Because I can't handle the big bags no more. Oh, and Mr. Rizzo says, Scooter says hi.
Scooter.
Yeah, the DJ.
The DJ or our Scooter?
No, Scooter the DJ.
Oh.
Did you not see his message on there?
I did, but I don't know if he talked what Scooter he's talking about.
Well, he's talking about Scooter the DJ.
Well, tell Scooter the DJ next time you see him that I said he sucks.
Barbara Evner says, go Bears, my Eagles are out. Oh, I know how you feel. My Colts are out too, but hey, there's always next year.
I think the eagles are out here too. Somebody said something on Discord, I think last night, about an eagle making her nest.
Honey, these are ball players.
Huh?
Ball players.
I don't care.
They're playing against the Bears.
Well, I was talking about the important eagles.
Okay.
The ones that live, the ones that breed. What?
Oh.
Quiet, just be quiet.
And Jerry Bell says, I like that video you had with Scooter. Well, talking to Mr. Rizzo, I guess. And Rich A said, I do not want to be stuck on a boat for any length of time, so no cruises for me. I understand that, yes. Barbara Ebner, Kevin, your Patriots are still hanging in there. Yeah, I said, I've kind of lost my interest, although IU's doing very well. I said, I can give them kudos, but like I said, the Colts just not going to make it anywhere this year, so they're done for the year. They got another game coming.
Thought they were almost getting ready to go to the Super Bowl.
The Colts, their quarterback got hurt, and they haven't won a game since. They had like 8 games in a row, and then after that, haven't won a game since.
So they're saying our whole team depended on one man?
I don't know. And then they brought in a quarterback that was like 44 years old.
I don't care. You always do throw the ball.
Well, and he did good, but they've lost every game since. So.
Well, that sounds more like a psychological problem. We've lost our key player, and that's who we're used to.
I think that's what it is.
And they're just off kilter.
Yeah, Kathy B wants to know where you watch the Patriots at in the Villages.
Well, if I'm not a sports fan, to start with, but if I was, I would probably just go down to my favorite place to get a sandwich.
Yeah, go to Gators.
I'd go to Gators. 44 TV screens in there, I think. So they'll have one on every game, so it's got to be in there somewhere.
And if you're all in the Spanish Springs area, go to McCall's Tavern. And I said I know they do the Steelers game in there.
But there's a lot of sports bars around in the Villages. And there's outside the Villages, I know there's one called Legends.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know much about it, but I've heard Legends mentioned a lot and some other places, so they're around.
Yeah.
Because God forbid if you go to the bar to see your favorite game and the Gators are playing at the same time. I'm telling you, this state is Gator. They support their Gators football team here like you wouldn't believe. Will you stop your whining?
Oh, Rester says, Jerry, in my research for future cruises, most companies only allow 1 lobster per person per meal. So you have your friend also order one and give it to you since you can order 2 many.
Well, like I said, when we were on that one cruise, I mean, maybe that's a rarity. Maybe that's a Royal Caribbean thing. I don't know. But it was all you could eat lobsters on the menu.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just a certain day.
See, on the menu on Royal Caribbean, and I don't know anything about this when we're going on, this celebrity or something like that. But on the menu, they had like a little something next to the item. I can't remember what it was, a picture or an asterisk or something next to anything with an asterisk next to it, you had to pay for. Anything that did not have that asterisk next to it was part of the price of the ticket. And believe it or not, all you can eat lobster tail was part of the price of the ticket.
Yeah.
So let me just say I got my money's worth.
And like I said, that could have been just that day. But I don't know. I never seen anything that actually restricted them. But Becky Forbes wants to know, does Gators have golf on their screens? Yes.
The 44 TV screens, and if there's any sports going on, it'll be on one of them.
Yeah. And then it's usually like I said, we usually do our meet and greets there because if there's not a game on,
It's quieter.
A special game on or tournament, something like that, then it's a lot quieter than some of the other places. But now, if there's a tournament on, yeah, I'd go somewhere else.
And during snowbird season, that could be a problem going down there when there's not a game going on. I think there's a game going on like every day of the week.
Let's see, Laura says, Kathy B, thank you. And Barbara, my 12-month rental starts May 1st. I meet with the realtor here in Chicago tomorrow to get my condo ready for sale. Oh, cool. And I seen Florida Val. I think she said she's putting her house on the market tomorrow. So, you girls get on down here. And BJ, you want to go shopping, just call me. Well, we'll figure it out. And Celebrity is owned by Royal Caribbean. I think, I don't know what, it's not as big, the ships aren't as big, and I think there's supposed to be more luxury to it than the Royal Caribbean, but we will see. I've never been on one.
You go to the end of a news and all the information on this cruise and who the cruise people represent is on that their commercial logo right there, their phone number. And like I say, I think it said Celebrity. I don't really know. I didn't pay attention.
Did you download the app?
Huh?
Did you download the app
What app?
for Celebrity?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a cruise nut either. Some people are and some people ain't. I'm the one that's ain't.
Okay. Yeah, when is Sean Paul going to come and give you a haircut?
I don't know. We ain't worked it out yet. See, I got my show. I want to do it my way, and then he wants to tell me how we're going to do this, and so I'm almost at a point of no, I'm not doing that. So we'll just forget it.
Okay. We're in negotiations. How's that? Okay. Yeah, and Laura's got her rental all figured out and everything while she's down here. So it's I seen somebody ask this morning about rental cars, and if they had rental cars at the airport, and they do, depending on which one you come into. But I think both airports, Sanford and Orlando, both have rental cars. But you got to think about whether you want to. If you're not going to keep it, then you're better off taking a private car to the villages, or getting the bus to the villages. And like I said last week, I heard somewhere along the line, I heard that Groom was not going to Sanford anymore. And I know they stopped once before, but I haven't got that clarified yet, so I'm not for sure. Because I always took Groom. But we'll find out for sure before we say it's a positive thing. But I know that they were having a hard time because they didn't go to Sanford that much. So the ones that did go to Sanford was having a long wait. And because I did, I left like at 3:30 in the morning for a 10 o'clock flight because that's the only time they went down there. Now Orlando, they go every hour. Come on. So like I said, that might have been why they discontinued it. But like I said, I haven't got confirmation of that yet, but I'll let you know. Okay. And Becky Forbes says, closest grocery store to the village of Richmond, please. That would be Publix. Publix in, how do you say that? Traverse Trail, right next to Wildwood. That'd be the closest, I would think. Catherine Jacobs says, my favorite cruise in Florida is Victory Casino Cruise out of Port Canaveral. Well, I've not been on one of those. Those are the, those are the gambling cruises. I've not been on any of those, I don't think. Yeah, lots of car rentals at Orlando. Yeah, it's a big airport. So, there's no problem with, now, you usually have to pay higher if you get it from the airport, but there's nothing like convenience, let me tell you.
Susan Wenger, I've sent everybody links. And when I send them through Patreon. I don't go to your email. So whatever email you put on your Patreon, that's where the link will go. I can go in there right now and I'm going to send you another link. So just keep an eye out.
Okay.
Susan Winger.
And she said, I'm pulling for Indiana to be college champs. Next year, I hope to be pulling for LSU.
I'm assuming, Susan, that you're a Patreon member. That's the only people I give.
The Discord.
The Discord link is Patreon members only. I don't give them just to anybody.
Right. And Rachel Girl says rain is coming tonight. Yeah, that's what I heard tonight and early in the morning, I think. They said it's going to be. And I was going to go down and spend the day with Deb tomorrow. But we decided it was going to be too crummy out, so we wouldn't be able to do a whole lot. So we're just going to postpone it for a little bit. And when we get a little bit nicer weather, I don't mind if it's in 50s, 60s, but with rain on top of that, I ain't doing it. So we're going to just put it on the back burner for a while. Craig the Sailor says, just go in through Gainesville and rent a car from Dollar Rent-A-Car, much smaller airport, and the rental is right there. You don't have to get lost in the airport like Orlando. Yeah, Orlando's a big place, so that's why I always go to Sanford for one. But Sanford goes to where I normally go to, and there's no layovers. They just do straight flights. That's all they do. So that's why I go to Sanford. But yeah, Orlando's a big place, and I've never actually got a car at Orlando. I actually turned one in once, I think. But yeah, the lots are pretty big. Pretty easy to find though. In Indiana, I went to Fort Wayne and I turned a car in there. I got one at the airport and I turned it in there. And it was a little bit more expensive than the regular price, but not that much. You know, I mean, if it was a matter just to save all the crap that you have to worry about, you know, an extra $10 is not going to kill me. So I said, I just went ahead and got the car and took it back, you know, to the airport. So that worked really, really well. But we have two rental car places here in the villages. So like I said, if you can get a private car to bring you here and you get a car here, it may not be as expensive as at the airport. I don't know, I've never did it, but and nice as far as leaving, the last few times we've left the car at the airport, you know, for the week, and actually it was cheaper that way. And it was right there, so I didn't have to wait for anybody to pick me up or anything like that. So, because Skip doesn't like to drive to the big airports. He doesn't like Orlando, but he doesn't mind driving to Sanford, you know, if the weather's good. But let's see. Becky Forbes, if you're looking for produce, don't go to the Walmart neighborhood market. It's awful. Really? I haven't been there in a while. I don't go there. But I'll tell you what. Last week, I went to Sam's Club, and I got a bag of their California oranges. Yeah, and I know that's kind of defeating the purpose. I'm in Florida, and Florida citrus is having a hard time. But anyhow, I seen these California oranges at Sam's Club. And I got to tell you, they're navels, and they're this big around. They were huge and very, very good. And I said, I got one left.
Man, you got some
Skip won't
weird
eat them if they've got, you know, any kind of bruise or anything on them, but they're good to me.
thing on there for an email.
But yeah, they were the best. I'm hoping maybe they still got some. I go back this week, maybe I can get some more.
This is your emails you got on Patreon.
Oh, Becky Forbes says, I booked a car through Turo, has the toll pass, etc. I pick it up at the airport.
9BZ.
That's great. You know, and I've heard people talking about getting a car through Costco. And I've not tried it yet. But because it was kind of, you know, I was in a hurry when I was looking the last time, and it was kind of confusing. So yeah, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to try that next time because I've got a Costco card. Might as well use it, right? And Susan says yes, she's a Patreon member. Good, good, good. He'll send you. He's in there right now, sending you another one. Let's see. And Laura wants to know if the Walmart neighborhood market on 466A in Morris, where the produce is bad. And I think that's what she's talking about. So, and Racer Girl says Turo is great. Never used Turo. And let's see. Jerry says, I didn't know Sanford and Son had a plane. That must be fantastic. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Sanford Airport. And I said, I've had other people tell me Gainesville, and actually my neighbor across the street, she used to be a flight attendant. And so she goes to Tampa. But,
All right, I sent you another Discord link, and I'm not going to repeat this whole email address that you have on Patreon. I've never seen an email like it. I'm going to repeat part of it so you'll know where it went. XRX9BZRHNN at private relay, and then there was more stuff after that. So that's the email you have on Patreon, and that's where I just sent it.
okay, well, let's see. Barbara Edwards says, Jerry, now I know why I can never get on Discord. I don't believe I am a Patreon member. I thought I was, but Skip said no.
What's your name?
Barbara Ebner. She thought she was.
I think she is.
Well, I've always thought she was.
Same thing, Barbara. I sent you, if you're a Patreon, it goes to the email that when you sign up for Patreon, you have to put in an email or something, whatever, because I don't see your end of it. So whatever email you put in there, that's where it goes. So my suggestion would be, go back on your account and make sure you've got your email spelt right and all that. So that's where it goes.
Okay.
So I'll go in there and check for you, Barbara. And if I didn't send you one, which I know I did, I'm going to send you another one.
Yeah. Kathy B in the 603 says there's one retention pond near my house that has no water in it. Where are you at, Kathy B? I've heard they have a couple of sinkholes in Water's Edge, and one of them is in the pond, or near the pond or something. But, oh, and let's see. Yeah, check your spam folder if you're emailed for the link. If you don't see it at first, sometimes it gets put there by the email program. Some even have a social media folder, just a thought. Thank you, Wrestler, yes. Oh yeah, Craig the Seller said there's also a $50 drop fee at Orlando because we didn't rent it there. Yeah, they do that. And I said, just like the other, I have rented before at different places, and I said, and just took it right back to the airport. And I said, there is an extra charge for leaving it at the airport, because they have to have somebody bring it back to their lot, so. And Becky says, I looked into renting in the villages, but by the time you factor in the extra cost of private transportation, it wasn't worth it. Well, you know, that's something you have to look at.
Are you shitting me?
Oh, Casa del Sol Boutique and Breakfast said, great to see you both. Keep warm. We are. It's not really. I said, it's, well, let me look and see. It's 66 degrees right now. So not exactly freezing cold. But we did have some good wind, strong wind this morning. And I said it was only like 60, 62 when you started. So, but the temperature's going up there. I don't think it's supposed to get past the 60s today. But still, you know.
Tell Barbara I just sent her a link.
Okay, Barbara, he said he just sent you a new link.
It goes to barbaraebner16@gmail. That's the email she has on Patreon. God damn it. Stupid shit.
It's your stupid stuff. Laura says, I've rented many cars at Orlando Airport. I no longer get the Barilla employee discount on Enterprise since I am retired. Yeah, that's, you know, that's a problem. After you retire, a lot of stuff like that. Like I said, don't retire and then try to get a mortgage. Because your income has went, you know.
Well, it ain't just mortgage. We found out after we retired, it was one of them things I really never thought about. A guy did tell me, he said, if you're wanting to finance your house in Florida, he said, do it before you retire. Because once you retire, your income level goes down, and they're really, which we always planned on paying cash for the house anyway. So it really didn't concern me that much, but I've had other people tell me that before we moved here. Now we bought at least one new car since we've been here. Did we buy the white car here? The white one that was wrecked?
Yes, we bought it.
So we bought two cars here.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we didn't pay cash for that. No, we financed that car. So, and it was okay. No, we didn't get any extra questions or anything, did we?
No.
No. So, but I don't have a lot of debt. I really don't. I mean, I have credit card debt because nobody carries cash anymore. And that takes me back to a story that I won't tell. But a man has to have money in his pocket. He has to have money in his billfold. There's just something about it. You may never use it. She put a $100 bill in my billfold 2 months ago. It's still in there, but it's there. That's the thing.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Craig says, Becky, if you would like some advice on renting the car, etc., call me later today. We have done it twice, and the second time was much better when we flew into and rented out of Gainesville. Okay, that kind of depends on where where you're going. Oh, Kathy B says, Jerry, there's something wrong there. The other retention ponds near it are also really low. Well, all the retention ponds is low because this part of Florida is kind of in a drought. I mean, we had some good rain a few weeks ago, but it wasn't enough to really change much. And so we're really low on water for where we should be at this time. But one that's empty, that's kind of concerning. Yeah.
What are you whining about? What are you whining about? I don't have any more cookies. There is no more.
Let's see.
Sue says he ain't been eating real food for days now.
Yeah.
He eats all my stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. Kathy B. The pond is in
Last night
Welltown.
we had carrots, rice, whatever I made.
I know.
He ate a bunch of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, Kathy B. The pond is in Wall Point,
Quiet.
along with McNeil Drive. They're all really low along that stretch of road. Well, Wall Point is where the sinkhole is. It's in the pond at Well Point. There's two of them there. I don't know where the other one is, but I know one of them was in the pond.
Come here. Uh-oh. Well, guess that's
Got any hair? You didn't fit that
all there
very
is to
good.
that.
You go up there, Daddy. You go up there, Daddy. You can.
He don't. He just wants, I
Okay.
don't know. He wants cookies.
Barbara says, "How quick do we have after you send the letter?"
It's sent. Email's instantaneous. I sent it. It's gone. You have it.
And you'll have it for what, 7 days?
Oh yeah, you have to be signed on within 7 days or that link will automatically expire. And sometimes there's always a problem, not often, but every now and then I'll send somebody a link, and this has happened where they'll send me an email right back, so I know they're there, and they said it says expired. Now why that happens, I don't know, and I just send them another link and then it works. So if you click on that link and it comes up and says this link is expired, let me know, because I can send you another one right away.
Yeah.
Because now you got a link, I checked, you got a link before. Don't go to that link, that one's expired. Go to the new one I just sent you. Actually, it should have popped up on your email.
Yeah. And Becky says she might do that. We fly into Orlando on the 27th, but we're going to Fort Lauderdale for a week. We're kicking the Bright Line to and from the airport. Oh, that would be so cool. I want to do that. That just sounds so exciting to me. And Deb took the Bright Line down to Palm Beach, and she really, really liked it. And I said, we had planned a trip to do that, but I said, we were talking about going to Miami, and it was too much money just for the heck of it, you know. Okay, yeah, and Laura says, maybe I'll try Aldi. I think I saw Aldi on 466A on Google Maps. Yes. There's a
See all this,
Aldi's
see
on
all this here?
466A.
These are all the names that I need to add to Patreon for the thank you scroll, which is not easy to do, by the way. And then over here are some of the names I need to take off of there because they said they can't figure out Discord, so they dropped out of Patreon.
Oh, well, okay.
It just amazes me.
Well, you
So-
know, some people, I'm not.
Well, I got to get all this done, but that's when my keyboard took a crap.
Your new one's supposed to come
Supposed to be here today.
Okay, well, hopefully it will.
And typing this stuff in is like, there's a keyboard that comes up on the computer. Every computer's got it. So if this keyboard locks up on you, you can bring the one up. They're a real pain in the ass. First of all, you can't type this way. And second of all, you have to use the mouse to go to each button. So that's what I'm doing until my keyboard gets here.
Yeah, Laura, I like Aldi's. I do Aldi's, and across the street basically is Winn-Dixie. And I do Winn-Dixie a lot too because there's certain things I can't get at Aldi's. So I go to Winn-Dixie. I don't know how long that'll last because, you know, Aldi's kind of took over all the Winn-Dixies, but they haven't changed that store other than they're getting more, they're doing away with a lot of brand names and getting more of the other stuff in. But so far they've still got the brand names that I use. So, but yeah, I like the Aldi's, and the problem there is parking because everybody likes the Aldi's. They're saving money, so they like it.
Do you have to pack your own groceries?
Yep.
You have to bring your own bags?
Yep. Well, you don't have to. They've got them there, but you have to pay for them if you want them.
How you like working at Aldi's for nothing?
I've had the same bags for 6 months. It didn't cost me a dime.
You have to bag your own groceries?
Yes.
How you like working for Aldi's for nothing?
You think I was in Walmart the other day, and it was even worse.
I remember when they used to.
They wouldn't even put it in
I
bags.
remember when every gas pump I had an attendant would come pump your gas.
Yeah.
And then they thought, oh, well, like the people pump their own gas.
Oh, well. Barbara says you have the correct email. I did not receive and checked my spam as well. Wait until after the show. And
I'm
will
not.
check
I don't
again.
have any control of your email. Whatever you've got on Patreon, that's where it goes. So you need to go to your Patreon account and fix your email.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Susan just popped onto Discord. Well, hi, Susan.
Who popped on Discord?
Susan.
I don't see. I don't even
That was
have
your first
Discord.
one. Well, no, but I mean, I just got it.
What?
Wrestler just told me Susan just popped up on Discord.
Oh, maybe my
Yeah,
thing's
so
not.
she got it. Okay.
How come I don't have that?
You
Oh, I
got
see
from
it. Yeah,
Wrestler.
it just popped up on
Yeah.
Discord. Okay.
Okay. Becky Forrest says, my husband never taken a train ride before, so it should be fun. I went big and bought first class tickets on Brightline, so it will be memorable. That's what Deb said. They got, theirs was comped for something. I don't know, they went for where they live, did it for them, and they went to Palm Beach, which she has a cousin that lives there. And they had the whole smear, you know, with the drinks and everything. She really, really liked it, so.
So there's 2 sinkholes down there, which we knew that. I knew that about a week ago or whenever it was. But I said, I'm not going down there and get pictures of it. I'll let somebody else do it.
Oh, okay.
So
And
the village is calling it a basin, not a pond. I don't understand why they would do
and they
that.
also call it what did they call it? They don't call it a sinkhole. They call it.
Well, a lot of them around here, the word sinkhole scared people, so they started calling them depressions.
You know, ground default, yeah. Oh, B Bitch says hello from icy Minnesota. So you already got that cold weather, huh?
They're used to it.
Yeah. Laura says I'll bring my reusable grocery bags from Chicago. There you go. Well, I said they're only like 5 cents. So you know, if you get 6 of them and they don't wear out, or mine don't. I've had them for a long time. They don't wear out. So like I said, reusable bags. If I pay 5 cents for them, it's just no big deal. Like I said, because if I can use them for 6 months, I got my money's worth. And Laura says that Brightline train ride sounds like fun. It does. That's what I said. It just sounded so cool. Oh, Catherine Jenkins says, I hear you loud and clear. I cannot watch the news anymore. It's ridiculous. Well, why can't you watch the news anymore, Catherine? Somewhere in the sense of...
Well, I'll tell you, if you want to support my channel, you have to watch the videos. If you're not going to be a member, you have to watch the videos. That's the only way we make any money. If you're not watching the videos, that means my videos don't get the reaction it should get in their analytics, and it doesn't get recommended, and the views go down. And then someday I'll just be gone because nobody's watched them.
Yeah.
So that's how it works.
You know, she may be talking about because the news is not that uplifting.
I'm just reporting what everybody else is not reporting.
Somewhere in the sense, Brightline is on my list. Once we're there, would like to take to Miami, rent a car, then go to the Keys. Yeah, that, you know, it sounds really cool. And I said, everybody I've talked to that's took the Brightline said they really enjoyed it. So, you know, it's
Anomaly. Yeah, that's another word they use. I've seen that too, an anomaly. People's got to wonder what that is. Anomaly. There's been an anomaly in the parking lot of whatever.
Mm-hmm. And Louise Hustick said the dog will eat his food when he gets hungry enough.
Huh?
Cute dog from Cole, Michigan. Thank you, Louise. I said he's being good right now. I said sometimes he's a real pistol, but yeah, I just worry about him because he's not very big. And I said when he doesn't eat like that, you know, but he's pooping regular, so I know he's okay. It just kind of freaks me out when he doesn't eat.
He eats half my food.
Well, I did not know that. So.
I told you the other day, I said, you say he's not eating food. I said, yeah, he is. I said, he'd be dead if he didn't eat.
Well.
He said, well, he hasn't eaten days. Does he look like he's starving?
No.
Well,
that's what I said. You know, it just worried me, so. Let's see. Yeah.
I missed ice comments in Minnesota. I don't know.
I see. With the, yeah.
Oh.
I know what you mean now, babe. Yeah. I didn't miss it. I just didn't understand it. So it took me a minute.
Yeah, we saw that. My moderator, Wrestler Mania, Susan, told us that you got on. So glad you're on. Now we got to figure out Barbara Ebner's problem.
Yeah, yeah.
For some reason, she says she checks her email and the notification ain't coming up, and so it's got, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I can only do what's on there.
Well, and she probably doesn't want to leave this to go check it, so she'll check it
She
after
said
the
she
show.
did. She just left you a message a while ago and said, I just checked. She says, how long does it take to get here? And blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So she's not getting it, and I don't know why. So make sure that email's correct, because that's where it goes.
Yeah, and Laura says people probably get scared when they hear the word sinkhole. They do, and I said the developer, the realtors, they don't use that word.
No.
It's always a depression, an anomaly. They're just, they got 50 million words, but that's what it means.
You know, it's like.
Oh, Susan Winger says, thank you, Skip, I'm on, so okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Louise Hestick says, yeah, he's eating Daddy's food. Yeah, I did not know that, but like I said, and I know he probably gives him something, but I didn't know he was eating that well.
He eats all kinds of stuff. But then I got to watch it, because sometimes the next day you'll say he's got the runs.
Yeah.
And I know it's from something I fed him.
Yeah, don't feed him Cheetos anymore.
Oh, no?
No. That's a sure thing right there.
Oh.
Or beefaroni.
He likes beefaroni.
I know he likes beefaroni.
The ice cream, he's half my ice cream, too.
Oh, he can eat the ice cream.
Oh.
Oh, and let's see. Rester says, my channel used to have lots of views, then went down for months. Last month has tons of views, but starting to go down again. Still don't understand it. Used to be consistent views in the past. I know, Rester.
It's a YouTube thing, Wrestler.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. Somehow we're being shadow banned. I've talked to other people that's got news channels. I'm not interested in that, but they have a lot of subscribers. I'm talking like 500,000 or more subscribers that within the first hour of them having a news report up, they end up with like 175 views, 1,000 views. 175,000 views. And, only me and you could just wish we were getting that.
Oh, yeah.
And they're saying their views are down because of what they report. They said, we have proof, and they're in communication with YouTube right now, because in America it's against the law, I guess. I don't really know how they do all this. So when you get that many people watching your channel, maybe you can afford to have a company attorney. I don't know. But they're saying that anytime they talk about something about Somalia, or Minnesota and the Somalia thing going on up there, or Governor Walsh or anything like that, their views are cut in half because they're not being recommended. They're not taking them down, they're just not recommending them. So if you're not subscribed, that means you don't see the recommendation over here. If you're subscribed, you get notified that a new video came out. And that's why you want to subscribe, because then when I come out, and I'm the worst, and anybody that's on my channel will tell you I'm the worst. Patreon people will tell you the same thing, because I go live there once in a while, that I'm the worst about letting you know ahead of time when I intend to go live. I don't. I just turn it on one day. If I got something on my mind, I say, I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk about this for a second. I just go live. I don't even care what time it is. I went live randomly at 2 o'clock in the morning on Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
And then people can watch it later, but I just do it while it's on my mind.
Oh, and let's see.
You can ask Wrestler. He gets perturbed about it too. He says, he said, I don't get notified when you go live. He's a moderator. He said, I don't get notified at 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm in bed.
Okay. Laura says she'll need to try plain pasta with my doggy again. She used to like it. I've never tried to give Buddy the pasta, but if he likes his beefaroni, I guess that would make sense. It's such a mess because his whole face is red because he sticks his whole face in the bowl, and it does kind of give him the runs. So the rice and stuff, that's not bad at all. That's good for him actually. And I said when he is feeling bad, I give him the pumpkin. And
a pumpkin?
The pumpkin in a can, pumpkin.
I don't have pumpkin in a can.
I have pumpkin in a can.
I don't eat it.
Well, I give it to him when he has problems.
And you talk about me.
Well, no.
And you do the same thing.
No, it's good for
I wonder why he's not eating his own food.
It's to stop.
Because he eats pumpkin in a pan, and cookies, and Cheetos, and ice cream.
It stops the poops. No. Oh.
Medicare. Craig.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, they're talking about pasta. That was Laura's expertise, I think, was pasta.
Yeah, she worked for Barilla.
I don't know what Barilla
Well,
is.
that's one of the biggest pasta makers there is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that what Olive Garden's got?
Well, I have no idea what Olive Garden has.
Well, that's what I like.
Well, I mean, would you know if it was Olive Garden?
That's the whole point. I wouldn't know anything.
No, you wouldn't know. Okay. Let's see. Mary says, like you guys the best, you are the most authentic. Skip reminds me of my uncle, who I miss. I'll let you have him. Yeah, I would miss him for at least the first couple hours.
The one thing I'll say, when people always talk about being honest about stuff,
Right.
and I do wonder sometimes, do they really mean that, or are they just saying that? Because just like that lady a while ago said, I'm telling you what the truth is, or the other half of the truth is here, and she don't watch it. She don't want to see it. I'm not putting her down. You can watch what you want. It's a free country. But if you're going to spend $500,000 here, wouldn't you really want to know the full circle of life here?
But, I don't know if that was a computer problem or,
What?
that she couldn't watch it. I don't know whether that was because she couldn't or she would,
Oh, well, no. If she got YouTube, she's right here.
Well, like I said, it could be, she said everything else she could.
It's just Patreon gets it. Patreon will get this Friday's news right after this at 3 o'clock. And so will the YouTube, man, what's he barking at? God damn that dog.
Betty, what do you
Shut up.
want? Come here.
I swear to God, I'm going to call a Chinese person to come and get you.
Come here. Come here, honey. What you want?
Don't take me serious. I threaten this dog all the time. He never pays no attention to me.
Come on. What do you want? Come here. I think he has to go out.
He don't want to go out. He wants cookies. I know what he wants.
Oh, well. Come here, boo-boo.
I'll be back. I'll get you another cup of coffee and maybe a cookie.
Oh, okay. And while you're at it, see if Buddy has to go out. You okay? Watch that. Okay. Medicare Guru says just store brand pasta served a dog. It's
Come
too
on,
expensive
go
to
get a
feed her.
cookie.
Well, you never know. Summer in says, remember when Olive Garden used to make pasta fresh? I did not notice the difference. Like I love Olive Garden, we both do, but haven't been there for a while. But yeah, I did not notice that they're not doing the fresh pasta anymore. Oh, Mary says, I mean it, I haven't watched you guys for a while. I work part-time. Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I don't know the problem. Yeah, well, Rizzo said if they start off with "I'm not going to lie," they're lying. That's what my mom used to tell me. Yeah.
I
Like I said anybody that start off with
rights.
"I'm telling you the truth," yeah, that's usually when they're lying. It's Wrestler says, Rizzo, on my future videos episode, I said healthy home cooking is going to be featured more. No sex, but probably lots more violence from her, though.
Freedom of expression. Freedom.
Yeah. Yeah, but he has to be
believe it.
trained. He really does. Like I say, he doesn't like
Things that really
to
need to be protected, like freedom of speech.
say that, but he
That's the
does.
speech that need to be protected.
And like I said, he
It's the speech
sits
that nobody wants to
in
hear.
his chair, and Buddy will
I'm not
kind of
saying
squeeze
it's the
in
best
between
thing in
him
the
and the
world,
arm of the chair,
but
and
it's
he'll
their
sleep
right to say.
all day long if I let him.
There's no law against it. You see it on TV all the time. They're cussing the police officers out and all this kind
Cindy,
of stuff.
yes, I
think it's
got that.
totally
Thank you so
disrespectful.
much.
Shows no.
And
these
we
kids
will
are-
go, because I said we like to
Well,
go.
they say they're being paid.
It's just
I
we've
don't
had
know that. I
so
assume
much
that's true.
going
I
on
don't
here
know.
lately.
What do I
We just
know?
haven't
I'm
had a
not on the
chance.
inside with all this information. I get my information off the fucking news just like you do.
But we're
and half of the
we're
news
glad
is
that
correct.
Laura's coming down in
I'm just
May.
convinced it is.
She's going to be here looking for
Sometimes they say
looking
things
for her
on the
forever
news and
home.
they're going, what?
Medicare Guru says, Sue, that's a great idea for new YouTube content. Auction. 5 hours of time was skipped to help with shopping, meal prep, etc. Highest bidder.
Okay,
have a
let me
video
call you
algorithm,
back.
Follow along to catch the moment. Well, you know how well that would work, really. Right now, right now he's not eating a whole lot anyhow. He's not been real perky here lately, so he's not eating a whole lot. But yeah. And I said that one video that he did when he went to the grocery, everybody loved that. When my leg was broke, I said everybody loved that video because he wasn't playing. he truthfully had not been in the store in like 7, 8 years.
I just got a call in there on my other phone.
Yeah.
The number I use for YouTube. From Orlando 35 News. Wanting to know if they could stop by and talk to me about my feelings about politics here.
Oh my gosh.
I think, I don't know, I'm probably a dangerous person to be talking to.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm not prejudiced on either side, one way or the other. But I told him I'd call him back.
Okay. Vinny Adams says, hi, Sue and Skip. We'll be there one day as soon as we sell our farm. Have you checked Buddy's teeth? Have you tried making him homemade dog food? All our dogs love it. I understand how you
Sue
feel.
takes her to the vet. I don't.
Yeah, and I've had him checked out. And this last time they did the works.
I don't even know why that dog even likes her. If I was that dog, I'd stay as far away from her as I could. Because what he knows is this. Every time Sue takes him somewhere, it's bad. He gets his hair cut. He don't like it. It hurts. She picks him up, got his nuts cut out. She takes him to the vet. He gets 15 shots in the ass. So if I was that dog, I wouldn't trust her.
Yeah. Oh, Steve Ross is getting our house ready to sell and all the other things. It sure does get overwhelming. Hope to be there soon. Love the channel. Well, thank you, Steve. And it is, moving, I don't care where you're going, if you're going to the villages or anywhere, moving is always a hassle. And we were movers to start with. I mean, we used to buy and sell houses, fix them up and sell them before it come on TV, That was our thing. But we'd live in them while we fixed them. And then we turn around and sell them and then go to another house. So we moved, like I said, this is our 18th house, I think. Isn't it? Is it
God,
18th,
I lost
17th,
count.
18th?
I don't even know.
Yeah. So we didn't really, I didn't have enough time to accumulate stuff. Every time we moved, I get rid of stuff, so I didn't accumulate much. So I feel for those people that's been in their house 20, 30 years. I can't imagine having to do that.
The thing that I remember about moving down to, I believe our Patio Villa, I think. It may have been here, but I think it was Patio Villa. She did most of the shopping online, and the agent we had at that time, back when the Villages was really a retirement community, they were so helpful, she said, for so many things. So when we came down to the house after we closed on it online. So coming down, she came, did you come down before? No, we came down together because we had to get our photographs and everything to get our cards. Mm-hmm. And they sent us over to the hotel, which was at Lake Sumter Landing, where Panera Bread is at one time. That was a hotel. And we went in there, go clear to the back, and you'll see the old desk with the key thing back here in the back and all that. And that's where we picked up this envelope that had everything in it. And then we went over to the Patio Villa. What was my point to this whole damn story?
Don't know.
God.
Done missed it, didn't it?
I had a point to that story, and it was a good one.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and everybody heard what you were talking about because you still had your mic on, evidently.
I keep forgetting about turning it off.
Well, like I said, evidently what you said on the phone.
I don't think I said
I didn't hear it, but somebody says you're talking to the FBI.
FBI.
Yeah, and Becky says, we heard you, Skip.
Father butts in.
Somewhere in the Sons of Sioux, have you tried to feed Buddy boiled chicken to help his stomach?
He's got boiled chicken in there now, right?
I said, that's what he normally eats. He eats rotisserie chicken, or I boil some chicken. That's what he normally eats. But like I said, if you feed him treats, he won't eat that chicken. Or whatever, but Skip's feeding him anyhow, because he hadn't ate his chicken in a long time. So.
See, I gave him a cookie and now he's laying over there.
Yeah. That's what I said. He knows. Yeah, and Laura says she's in the same boat. She'll be getting her condo to put on the market in about 6 weeks. So, if you've been somewhere for a while, like I said, that's a lot of stuff that you've got put away in closets and under the bed. And
well, I think Brad you can find him on Discord. He's the one that puts a lot of cartoons on there, and how he does it, I don't know, but I just think it's funny as hell. A lot of people take offense to it. Hey, my channel, I don't take offense to it, so if I don't take offense to it, you have no say-so about it. Yeah. But he makes all them, hey, Skip, you suck. Yeah. And how he does all that, I don't know. But I collect them all, and I just think they're just funny as hell.
And when Mary said she'd love to see you on the news.
See what?
She'd love to see you on Channel 35.
I've been on TV. Newsy News came by here once.
Yeah, he was on TV before.
I've never heard of Newsy News.
Yeah.
We was probably we probably talked to them for 2 hours.
When didn't you take the one girl a ride in the golf
She
cart?
wanted to go down, yeah, so, and she brought this big camera with her, and we're in the golf cart. None of that made the TV news. I asked her, I said, now how much of this will actually be on the news? Because we did so much stuff. And she said, oh, the editor, she said, they'll edit it down to 15 minutes. I said, really? Well, I'm thinking 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, and it wasn't even 15 minutes, actually.
Well, I think it was 15 seconds.
But, you know, Newsy News didn't last long, and then they come back. And I don't know whether different ownership or what it is, but I know they did come back. So, Glad 982 wants to know, how do we join Discord with you?
Rejoin.
How do they join?
You first of all, you got to be a Patreon member. That's an extra bonus thing that I give Patreon members, is a private members only Discord link.
Okay. So tell them how to do Patreon. How do you get to Patreon?
Go to the description box below, and you'll see a link down there to go directly to my Patreon page. If you don't know how to get to the description box, right below this video, when it's over, there'll be a little word below the video that says description. That's it. Put your finger, if you're using your phone, hit that, and then the description box, then you can scroll through it of all the different things. Do it on the computer too, makes no difference. Or you can type in, I think, there it is right there. Jerry Bell just put it up.
Oh,
there's the link to join my Patreon right there. Click that and follow it. And the different levels is $2. That's where most people go, $2. You all get the same thing. I don't do anything different for anybody. But there's 2, 5, 10, 15, and 25. And the 25, believe it or not, might be sold out. I don't know. I think I opened it up for a couple more. The $25 level, I kind of keep that reserved for sponsors. If they want to advertise on my channel, they have to go to the $25 level. There's all kinds of people that'll get on your YouTube channel and start advertising for other people. I don't allow that. I mean, I either will do away with your message or I'll hide it or something. So, you know, the channel is here to make money. And so you can't advertise free. Now, if you're a member, listen, if you're a member, I don't say a lot about a lot. And on Discord, I don't say nothing about nothing.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's freedom of speech over there. You guys pay for it. Talk about whatever you want. And the reason for Discord is, the only reason is because then there's a lot of people on there. There's 300 some people on there, I think now, that if you move into a new, what do I know about Wells Point? I know nothing about Wells Point. I don't know who mows grass down there. I don't even know who the electric company is down there. So that's why that's on there. So if you're thinking about buying in certain areas or whatever, you can ask these people on Discord questions. I don't get involved, and they can give you their side of what they think is good, bad, maintenance work, yard people, best place to buy furniture, whatever. I mean, you know, so that's why it's there. And you don't have to worry about some 16-year-old kid staying home, playing hooky from school and getting on there and harassing you, because it's for members only.
Yeah. And Babette said that lady before that said she can't watch the news anymore wasn't referring to the network. She was referring to the network news, not your news.
Oh, it's on my news. Okay. I was gonna say, it's okay. I don't care. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. But I just always felt like, I mean, we've bought a lot of houses. And there's a lot of houses in a lot of neighborhoods that I had a house in that I wish I knew something about that neighborhood before I bought that house. Because sometimes when houses go up for auction or whatever, you're really not familiar. That's what I don't like about Airbnb. People are always telling me, go to Airbnb and you can stay here, you can stay there, you know, for the price of a hotel room. But unless you want to do a lot of work, and I really don't, you don't know what neighborhood that house is in and who the neighbors are. And can I park off the street? Do I have to park on the street? I mean, those are the things that bother me, and I couldn't sleep well at night knowing that. So I just don't do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mary says, my daughter lives in Indiana. I love it there. Oh, we did too. Unless, other than the weather. We still love Indiana, but like I said, the weather's just, you know, when you get to a certain age, it feels like that cold goes right to your bones.
Yeah.
It's not just cold. So we love it down here too. So
yeah, a little arthritis sets in, and so whenever the weather, you hear people all the time up there talking about it. It's going to rain. My hip's telling me it's going to rain today. You know, so As I get older, I'm noticing those little aching pains. It's not because of the weather, I don't think, but yeah. And in the cold weather, I mean, people all the time saying I can feel it down to my bones.
Yeah.
It's so cold out there. So I really never had that problem when I was working. But now that we've been down here and got kind of acclimated, it really doesn't take much to where you're going. Like today, I mean, what's the temperature outside? Do you know?
It's going up. It's 66 right now.
66 degrees. She's wearing a sweater, and I don't think it's that bad here. I got shorts on,
We're
so I
inside.
can't complain. We're inside, and we think 66 degrees outside was too cold to have porch set. So this is how spoiled we're getting.
Yeah. Yeah, but we still love Indiana. We just not crazy about that kind of weather. So.
You know the thing? I said it once before. Some people took offense to it. I don't know why, but anyway. Whenever Midwestern people comes down here, and I know the Midwest is a big area, we just feel more at ease talking to them. I think I can feel it. These are my people. You hear that all the time, and they are. Somebody from, say, Nevada comes down here. Nothing against Nevada, but there's just a different vibe talking to them. I mean, when you start talking, you bring up subjects, you can tell by the way they roll their eyes or their body reactions that this isn't going to go well. So, but Indiana, well, the people was here last week. They're from Indiana, and they bought down here, and I don't know, they just seem more. I don't want to say that way. Approachable, easy to talk to, easier to talk to.
We're used to their way of talking.
Or maybe I should say he's used to the way I talk because he's from the same place. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, and Catherine Jacobs says, "Oh my God, please talk to the news, Skip. Your opinion, like everyone else's, is important." Yeah, that's kind of.
Always remember though, it's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you what to do.
No, that's why we've been able to last this long, because we have opposite opinions.
Well, I'm a Republican, basically, and she's wrong. So that's just what it is.
But I can be anything I want. So, you know.
Anything. People sometimes think I treat you like shit. I don't know
You
where
do.
I don't treat you like shit. Did I buy the car, the new car? Did I?
No.
No. You just need me to sign the paper.
Yeah.
Right. Do I tell you when to go shopping?
Yeah.
How long to go shopping? Who to go shopping with? No. I tell her nothing. She does whatever she wants.
That's okay. And Wrestler says, Craig, Healthy Home Cooking and I did an episode of Skip helping Healthy Home Cooking make a vegan meal. Hilarious. I even had to do a follow-up blooper video of it due to all the shenanigans. Yeah, it was really something. That was a few years ago. And we went up and visited, and we had such a good time up there. You guys took us to some really neat places, not only just in Hershey, but that restaurant that we went to, one of those restaurants is really, really neat. But yeah, doing that video of them cooking was really hilarious.
Listen, I didn't do any cooking whatsoever. Here's what I did. I said, what do you want me to do? She said, here's a pan. There was something in it. I forget what was in it. I said, here's a spoon. She says, stir it. So I'm standing there stirring while they're doing the video over there. And I'm stirring and I'm stirring. And I said, when am I done? She looks at us, keep stirring. So you see what was going on there, right?
And I'm not sure it needed stirred, but that just kept him busy. So, yeah. Laura says, if you want friends, start calling movers and pods company. These people are relentless in calling back, texting and email. Yeah, they'll drive you crazy.
Who's
It's just
that?
like your phone. If you call the pod company or the moving companies about prices, stuff like that, they will drive you crazy on the phone.
I can, as a Teamster, I'll tell you, if you want to do a pod, you want to call ABF.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to say. That's a Teamster company. It's a nationwide company. Probably one of the most well-known LTL companies, trucking companies around. And I know the company. I know people that are retired now. But they started doing that years ago, picking your pods up and transporting it down here. But that's who I would recommend, but there's a lot of other companies that do it.
Betty.
See, getting the pod is one thing. It's getting the trucking company to pick that pod up and move it. That's the problem. And most companies, if you talk to them that's renting the pods, they're going to recommend somebody that's paying them to recommend them. And those companies, sometimes it's called Bud and Jeff's. You don't want that. You want a major company. ABF's got like $1 million insurance on everything, and they're Teamster, and
Yeah, and they
they're
do
reliable.
have rules about how long the pod can sit in your driveway.
Here it's 72 hours, I think.
Yeah, and like I said, you want to make sure that they put something down so that the pod doesn't ruin your driveway, because they have some that they've actually ruined the driveway.
Yeah, especially if you buy a house that's got a driveway already decorated. You don't want to screw that up because that's a lot of money.
Oh, and Jessica says she watches all the bloopers. I know you do, honey.
Who?
Jessica Moore.
I don't even see her. How come I don't see these things?
Are you far enough down?
I have no idea.
Hey, Jess. I love you, babe.
Jesse.
Wrestler says auction, skip cooking would be an awesome idea. Yeah. And I see he does cook. I see he made that concoction he had yesterday, and so I didn't have anything to do with it. It was okay.
I cook for me.
Yeah, he cooked for him, and I said
I could not do what Kevin does when he made all that steaks or whatever those were. What were they?
he had prime rib.
Prime ribs and some other stuff and chicken and wings or something for 30 people. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when I was running the men's Hillsboro golf outing about once a year toward the beginning of our season, we had barbecue things over here so guys could get together and what do you want to do this year? Anything different, blah, blah, blah. We just talk, have some beer. And we always had Gary from back here. I had my barbecue grill when I had it set up out there, and all the meats and stuff were out there, and I'd let Gary do the cooking because there's no way I can do all that. Yeah. A man has to know his limitations.
Yeah. And Becky, you're right. Of course, he won't eat it because he knows you'll cave in and give him treats. Yeah, that's true. Like I said, it's my fault, and I admit it. And somewhere in the sun says Brad is great. He is. Like I said, his job before he come here was doing that for some company, and I can't think of what it was now.
Who?
But Brad
what?
Shea.
I don't know what he did.
Yeah, but like I said, his job with that company was doing that kind of thing for a company, and I just think he's terrific. And I said he does, and if you want something done, you can tell him, and he pretty much knows how to do it. He's just really, really good. And we've been fortunate enough that he's done all our stuff for us for free. And Laura says, Purina Organic, I'll have to try that for my dog. I have tried about every kind of dog food there is, and he's turned his nose up at it. And when I started giving him the rotisserie chicken, he likes the rotisserie chicken more than anything. I mean, really, if I go buy a fresh one today, he'll eat that. But otherwise, the food's sitting in the bowl. So I did not know Skip was feeding him that much, but that would have made a difference. But the Purina Organic, and I've tried the stuff that you buy in the store that's in a tube. It's not canned or frozen. It's in a tube, and it's real food. But he wouldn't have nothing to do with that either. I have a couple dry foods, and every once in a while I give him a handful of the dry stuff, and he'll eat it because he hadn't ate it for a while. But otherwise, if I just put it in his bowl and I could leave it in there for 3 days, and he wouldn't touch it. So he's just a finicky dog. He takes after Skip.
What's he doing?
I said he takes after you, buddy.
Like what?
Oh, I eat what I eat.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
You eat what you eat. Some people eat real food. Other people likes to lie to themselves.
Oh, Skip Smith's quote, of all things I've lost, I miss my mind the most.
Miss what?
I miss my mind the most.
Miss,
Of all things that I've lost, I miss my mind the most.
oh,
You
my
haven't got
mind's
yours
going.
in.
I'll be right in the middle of a subject, and I go, "What the hell was I talking about? I don't even know where this is going."
Yeah. And Jerry said, don't forget to join the Patreon account. Yeah, you join the Patreon account, and you'll get a link to the Discord. And our Discord people, we aren't on there all the time, but there's usually somebody on there, even if we aren't. There's somebody on there, and
People come and go.
yeah, people come and go. And I said, if you see see something interesting, sometimes I'll put a picture on. This morning they were talking about, what were they talking about this morning?
Who, Discord people?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Well, there was something on there this morning. That's when they were talking about the rental cars for the airport.
Okay, Laura probably knows. She's on there all the time.
Yeah, like I said, they were talking about the rental cars at the airport this morning. That's where I got that at. And but like
Oh
I said,
yeah, I did see something about that. Renting a car there.
But like I said, you not only get our opinion, you get a bunch of people's opinion.
Well, my point is, somebody recommended a car rental company that I had never heard of down there.
Turo.
And that's where she ended up getting the car.
Yeah.
I would have just went to Hertz or Enterprise.
Yeah, and I said I'd never heard of Turo before, but they were talking about it, and somebody said they got their car on Turo, so.
That's the kind of stuff you get.
Yeah, and I said, otherwise, it could be nobody on there for a couple hours. But like I said, if you put a quote on there, somebody might answer you, because a lot of people are looking, they're just not commenting at the time. And I do that. I'm a grazer. So, I go from one spot to another. If I'm not watching TV or busy in the kitchen or something, I'll check my phone, see if there's anybody on, that kind of thing. So it's one of those where there's not somebody there 24/7. But like I said, more people we get, it's getting to be that way almost.
What'd Jerry do now?
Oh, he put up the thing for the Patreon account.
Well, I was just reading what William Rizzo said. Craig, so is Jerry Bell. I've seen him display the single digit before.
Okay. Laura says, I have been in my condo for 28 years as of next month. Got some stuff discarded already, much more to discard. That's what I mean. If you've been in your house for some time, and we moved all the time, so, I got rid of stuff as we went. But still, we brought some of the stuff. We moved into the patio villa, and then when we moved from the patio villa to here, we brought some of the stuff here. But I didn't have to worry about cleaning out my closets as much.
I tell you, the biggest thing is because we were buying houses and we would keep a lot of stuff because we never knew what we was going to buy next. And some of this stuff maybe we could use it, whatever. So we kept it. And then when we started moving out of the house, because one of the agreements that we made, because at that point I was already retired, the guy that bought our house was actually in the Air Force. He came from Phoenix to Indianapolis for some reason. I don't remember what the reason was, but anyway, he was an Air Force guy. And he said, I have to be here by a certain date in the Air Force. So I kind of, related to the military. They don't care about your life problems. This is the way it is. And so, okay, can you be out a little earlier? So give me an extra few days to, I said, yeah, we'll see what we can do. And so we started throwing stuff in the storage shed that we already had. I mean, we're just stacking stuff in there to the ceiling, just getting it in there. And then we came down here. Then we was here for, I don't even know how long we was here. And I said, well, let's go back up there and finish emptying that shed out. Because it was about half empty at that point. So we took the van and we go up there and I'm emptying the shed. And that's when I got pissed off. It's not a deal breaker, but it just ticked me off how some companies will try to screw you out a little bit of money. I went in and told them, I said, I'm gonna clean the shed out today. So as of today, we're done. And then she stopped me and she said, well, no. She said, you're gonna owe for another month. And they always have your credit card. They won't even rent you a shed without a credit card. And I said, well, I'm not gonna be here. And she said, well, I know. She said, but the agreement is you have to give us a 30-day notice before you can leave.
Yeah, this was a storage facility, not a shed.
Yeah, it was just a storage facility. I said, where's this say that? She said, well, it's just part of the bylaws. What bylaws? Yeah. You ain't gonna win. I didn't like it either. But anyway, I loaded everything up in the van. We come back down here, and then as we're taking things out of the shed and putting them in the van, we're setting things off to the side to load them last because we're both looking at stuff going, why in the hell do we keep that? I had a whole a clothes basket. Remember the clothes baskets with the holes in the side and
Plastic clothes baskets, yeah.
Yeah, where you brought the clothes in from the clothesline. In there it was full of coat hangers.
Plastic coat hanger. Of all things to keep.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it soon and go, why are we keeping this?
Yeah, so we cleaned out that storage shed in no time because we just threw most of it away. But like you just don't think of that at the time. We were moving. We had loaded up the van and everything in the van we were bringing down here. Everything else went into that storage shed. And there was only a few things in there that was really worth keeping. And I said, I said, was in a hurry and just didn't even think of it at the time. So, you know.
That's it, Laura. ABF. In trucker world, I know what ABF stands for, but in the real world, you may want to Google what that means. I thought they took pods. She said they call it relocation cubes. It might be true. I don't know, but I just know that they're very reliable. And I will tell you, because it's Teamster, they're probably not going to be the cheapest either.
And Laura, Buddy will not eat a hot dog. He's the first dog I ever had that wouldn't eat a hot dog. But I've tried, and I see just for some reason he just turns his nose up, and that's just so odd to me.
He does a lot of weird stuff when it comes to
You think he would
food.
eat any kind of meat, but he don't.
You hold your out, he'll come and take it and he'll eat it, whatever it is. And then he'll come back. So you hold the exact same thing back down there and he'll smell it and walk away. Well, you just had one of them.
Yeah.
But if you lay it on the floor, he may eat it.
And that's kind of the nature of Shih Tzus, really, I think.
I don't know.
Most of them I've seen it like that.
I'm used to farm dogs. You had to make sure your fingers was out of the way or they'd take them.
Well, and Judy's little dog, Tulu, oh, I'm telling you, that dog will eat anything that moves. I mean,
That little dog eats a lot.
yeah, she eats a lot, and I had to keep Buddy's food up away from her because she'd eat hers and eat his too, and any kind of treats, you know, the chewies that he normally chews on. Like I said, she would get those and chew on them. But now,
Quiet.
when she went home, Judy got her some of those, and she wouldn't have anything to do with them. So it just, you know, I don't know, she just didn't want him to have them or what, but like she really eats. Wrestler has a question for those with 2 or 3 animals, cats or dogs. How do Northerners get the animals to the new Florida home? Specialty shippers, honestly don't know, has to be something for cats.
How do you want?
How do you get your animals down here if you're not bringing them with you?
In the car?
If you're not bringing them with you.
If you're not bringing them with you.
Yeah, if you're not bringing them with you, how do you get them down here? They do have specialty shippers. You can fly them down.
Give them away.
And there's, I'm trying to think, there is a site that you go to that they do that all the time. That's their specialty. They bring your animals down. And I can't think of what the name of it is. If I remember, I'll send it to you, Wrestler. Because that's all they do, is they ferry animals here. But I know if you're coming on the train, you know, I know they have a special thing for that, but I just don't know what it is right now. And Laura says, my dog loves hot dogs and deli chicken. Well, that's what it says, you know, most dogs do. I've never had a dog that wouldn't eat a hot dog, but he don't. Oh, and Brad says, thanks for the kind words.
Brad who?
Brad Shea. And Brad, you know,
Oh.
you're talented. You got to know that. And like I said, we think you're terrific. Becky Forbes says, I rented from Churro the first time. It includes a toll pass too, which is nice. Yeah, that would be. And I just never heard of it before. So I might have to look that up because I never had heard of it. So. And Jerry says, Brad also likes to wander the neighborhood in his robe. Yeah, I understand he does that too. We don't mind, Brad, as long as your neighbors don't mind. And Laura says there's pet shipping services that you need to research carefully. There are also people who will chauffeur your dog or cat in your vehicle or rental car. Yeah, and our neighbors across the street that come from Canada, they would have a guy come pick up their car. I mean, they would fly, and then this guy would bring the car like a week before they'd get here. And then they would fly in and use the car until they got ready to go home. Then they'd fly back home, and then he'd come up like a week after they left and get the car and take it back to them. So, you know, but you have to know somebody that, if you're going to have them, send them with your animals, make sure you know what you're doing. Because, you know, there are some weird people out there.
Did you answer midlife to Florida? Says, what part of Indiana did you live in?
Oh, no, I didn't answer that.
Oh,
Haven't
well,
got to it, evidently.
we didn't really live in one area. We just kind of moved around.
But we live mostly in central Indiana.
Mostly Anderson, Indiana, Pendleton.
Yorktown, Muncie, Hartford City.
To say we didn't own property there, but we used to go to Middletown all the time. But yeah, Indianapolis, Brownsburg, Hartford City.
I'm from Daleville.
She's from Daleville,
We're here in Dale
Yorktown.
City.
Basically just small towns.
Yeah.
I like the small towns. Brownsburg was a nice town. I liked Brownsburg, the way they were going, but when the Indianapolis Colts found out what was going on over there, they all started building these $1 million houses. And Bob and Tom came over there and bought a bunch of property and was selling them to the Indianapolis Pacers, the basketball team. And then the town just started, just like here, just started to grow to the point where we lived kind of out in the country. We had our own well, our own septic. So it really didn't affect us out there too much, but the price of houses, because of all that going on, the price of houses everywhere was just going crazy nuts. And so a lot of people were moving to Pittsburgh and on the outs, Jamestown, I think, or Johnstown, Jamestown. Anyway, there's a lot of small towns around where we were at, and so they were starting to all kind of move further and further out. You'll find that country people do not work in the city. City people do not work in the country. They think they do until they do it. And then city people get out in the country and they just start saying, well, it's just too far to go shopping. It's just, I'm out here, I feel like I'm in the middle of nowhere. And they just complain about it.
Yeah.
And then country people go to the city, like me, and they go, there's just too damn many cars
Too
around
people
here.
around
Too many
here.
people, so this
Two
never
people
works
around
out.
here. Oh, and Steve Ross says, Skip, any advice on how to get the wife to let go of all the stuff we don't use, trying to downsize without getting angry about
Good
it?
luck with that downsizing. I've been here 11 years and I'm still trying to convince her to downsize.
And I've thrown away so much stuff, and I don't, I keep thinking we won't have anything left. Keep going.
When this is over, you guys ain't gonna see it. I gotta go out here and move everything, all them plants that I don't even want, I gotta move them totally all out somewhere. Where am I gonna put them? Can't put them in the yard, it's yard decoration. So I gotta move them somewhere. And this stuff, gotta move it all out of the way, somewhere.
All right,
The housewash guy's coming, I think, Friday.
Friday. They called this morning too. I seen it on your phone, but I didn't answer.
Well, they want me to call back to confirm it. I'm not calling back. I'm tired of that. I made the appointment, just keep the appointment. Calling in, you know what this calling and confirming is all about?
Yeah.
Old people forget things.
Yeah, they want to remind you.
They want to
move your
make that,
stuff.
they want you to call to let me know that you remember we're coming out there on
Yeah,
this.
move the stuff.
But yet, my doctor sent me a private message. Doctor, I can't even tell you the name. Name my doctor. Must be the new doctor.
Yeah.
Reminded me, wants me to call back so they can confirm my 6-month appointment. And you were there when I told the lady, I'm not doing 6 month, 1 year. So she made it for next October. Well, there's coming October. Now he's wanting to confirm my 6-month appointment. Miscommunications everywhere.
Well, I think worry about the smallest things, really.
Well, I don't know. This is the new company calling me now.
Well, and you might want to meet the new doctor
I will in October.
in October. Okay, well, you might not be there by then. Well, I don't know. The way you look now, yeah, I think maybe you should go soon, but.
Yeah, my
Okay.
right hip started to hurt. I don't know what I done to make it hurt, but I done something. I tell you, you know how you twist your back, the sacroiliac, or that nerve that goes across back here.
Yeah.
I had that happen once before too. Let me tell you, that's painful. But I went to the doctor about it, and he just gave me some pills and told me about these different exercises that you do with your leg. Cross them, push down on it, it stretches out. Anyway, so right after we done something, and right after, what did we do? And it was the very next day, I told you I noticed a little bit of pain in my gut. I ate something wrong. Lettuce. I told you, I never eat lettuce. I learned that on the road a long time ago. Never eat lettuce. Not me anyway. We went to Cody's, and they make their salad a certain way where they stir it up in something. I don't know, but I got to tell you, I really like it. I really do. And I never even give it a thought. I ate that, came home. Later that night, I started having a little pain down here in my gut. And then it hit me. Damn it, that lettuce. I shouldn't eat that lettuce. Next morning when I got up, it was stabbing pains. I mean, really was hurting. But I've had this before, so I know how the pains go. It lasted about 2 or 3 days, and then it started to ease up a little bit. Now the pain's pretty much gone, but now my right hip hurts. So now here's what I'm thinking, being the person that I am. Pancreatic cancer? Now I say that, or the prostate cancer. It's one or the other. I say that because I knew a guy that was having back pains of some kind. And it was getting worse and worse and worse. He finally goes to the doctor to have this back pain checked out. He's thinking, I've done twisted something, I picked something up the wrong way, and I'll probably just go in, they'll probably give me a couple of shots or something and it'll go away. He ended up being pancreatic cancer.
Well, and that's why I don't understand why you don't want to see the doctor.
Well, he
It
can't.
might be something, you know.
What's he going to do about it?
It might not be your stomach thing.
Magic. I know what it is. Evil spirits come out of that sinner.
You're so nuts.
Come on.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and Brad says he has a nice new robe.
You got a what?
He's got a nice new robe. Oh, well, that's kind of an inside joke, guys, but yeah.
That was funny.
Let's see, somewhere in the sense of the rental from MCO Enterprise we had last trip, tolls were cheap compared to our Texas trip. They were 75% more at least for a very short distance. Yeah, you got to. Some places actually charge you mileage. Now I try to make sure I get a rental car company that's not charging me mileage. And I said, but around Florida, there's like, I noticed if you rent in Florida, there's like 3 states around Florida that you can go to, and you're okay. But once you get out of those 3 states, then the price really goes up. Because I couldn't take a rental car to Indiana, because once you got out of that, like it's just the surrounding states that they would allow with no mileage. That and Indiana wasn't like that, but that's the way Florida was. So yeah, that's one of those things.
But she was just going to go from the airport, and they always say airport, but they never tell you which airport. It's like there's always one airport. You have to Orlando Airport, which is probably the main airport, which I try to never go to. It's a nightmare over there. Mm-hmm. Or Sanford Airport, which I don't mind going to. It's a small airport, easy in, easy out. I don't mind. And Fort Wayne was that way. And then you go to Indianapolis. Hell, I got lost once even trying to get out of the airport. Remember, we was on the wrong floor?
Yes.
When Jean said, well, I'm here, I said, well, I don't see you nowhere.
Yeah.
She said, where are you at? I said, I'm out here in front. I'm looking at the road. She said, I bet you're on the wrong floor. What?
Yeah, the entrance, you know, coming and going is 2 different floors there. So, but let's see. And then Becky wanted to know what kind of dog you have, Russ. I don't think he has a dog. I think he's got cats. I know he's got cats, but I don't think they have a dog. So, Laura says rescue groups use dog transport services a lot to get rescue dogs from one state to another. Yes, and I said we run into a couple at we were at a rest area once, and with the motorhome, and we were kind of taking a nap. And I said, Skip sleeps, and I usually go roam around and see what's around the west area, you know, as far as bushes and trees and flowers and that kind of thing. So me and Betty was roaming around, and we're watching these people take all these dogs out of this van, and I'm thinking, oh my God, how would you like to travel with all those dogs? But I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was a rescue group that it was taking him from one place to another, so. And somewhere in the sense of the enterprise, I believe, negotiates a cheaper rate. I think you can. And I said, I said, I know the ones that they had in Spanish Springs. I think Hertz was in Spanish Springs. And I don't know whether it's still there, but they're, the way they're remodeling and everything, I don't know if it's still there. But the enterprise is over in Lake Sumter. And I said, I'm pretty sure it's still there.
Brad Shea has a YouTube channel.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to it. He doesn't do any voiceovers or anything, I don't think, not that I've seen. But he takes things and he adds to them, kind of like the You Skip, You Suck thing. At a Beatle concert, and there's this flag or a banner out there, like I'm that famous, right?
Yeah.
But he took some Superman movie excerpts and put them together. And I thought he did a really good job. And at the end of it, it talks about the producers, Brad Shea, the director is somebody else. And I know these are all his neighbors and friends and family. Mm-hmm. And I don't know I don't know what his YouTube channel's name is, and I'm subscribed to it. But
yeah. What is it, Brad? Let us know.
Yeah, put your YouTube channel on here, Brad, so people can go check your shit out.
Yeah, and of course, Mr. Rizzo, he has a channel also. And he's the one that had, he actually had it on Discord this morning. It was a video with Scooter the DJ played at the American Legion last night or the night before, and he had videos of him dancing and had a little thing with Scooter on there. But yeah, Mr. Rizzo has his. Brad's got one. Jose's got one. Well, there's a lot of our people have their own channels, which that's wonderful. Let's see. Laura says, I'm bringing my summer clothes, a few warmer clothes, and about 30 boxes, no furniture. There you go.
Yeah, I don't think you need to worry about furniture. We've seen a few people do that, bring semi-loads of furniture in here, but it never works out. Not that I've seen anyway, not with any of our neighbors. But because you can go to so many places around here, you don't have to go to the high dollar furniture stores and things like that. Sue was big on reconsignment stores, and I don't know much about it, but she says they're not like they was up north. Down here, they're super clean, and one of them sort of has, he has a bunch of buildings. Some of the buildings is brand new stuff, and some of the buildings are pre-owned stuff. But the thing that I'm noticing about the furniture is from the outside, it's kind of like a new car. You look at it, boy, I like the paint, I like the shine, but then you drive the car to find out, but it steers like crap, rides like a truck. See what I mean? Yeah. And then some of the furniture's that way. When you first get it, it's fine. 1 year later, you notice it's not as comfortable as it used to be. And our first living set we got, I really liked it, but we didn't have it 3 years. We ended up giving it all away because it was just the leather stuff was flaking off.
Yeah, which means it wasn't leather. But we didn't know that at the time. We thought we were buying leather. Laura says, Doug the dog guy has a YouTube channel. He's a dog transporter based in Jacksonville. Okay, great. Racer Girl says, does Buddy eat canned chicken? Well, you know, that's, when I run out of the rotisserie chicken, that's what I give him, is a canned chicken. And up until this last week, he was eating it fine. But, okay. The Rester says,
ABF stands for Arkansas Best Freight. Maybe. I don't remember. It's been too many years for me. That sounds like that could be about right.
Yeah.
But let me just say this. As a trucker, we always called it another butt. And that was the end. Take the rest of them for what it's worth.
Oh, my. Rester says, no dogs anymore. Used to have 2 greyhounds. We were then adopted by 4 cats. We tried trap, neuter, release with cats found under our back porch. We failed at the release part. Well, you know, you can't, if you come down here with 4, know that they've got a limit on that kind of stuff.
I don't know what it is anymore. It used to be, if you're new, you could come in with 3. But when 1 died, you couldn't replace it. And then the limit for every house was 2.
Yeah.
And a lot of people was really upset with that. But they have found people that had broken rules, let's say.
Yeah, if your neighbors don't tell on you, nobody knows.
It's a neighbor thing. If you've got 13 dogs in your house and they're quiet as a bit, and you take them out 1 or 2 at a time, and you're picking everything up and keeping everything neat and quiet, probably nobody's going to say a word.
Yeah.
But if you got 13 dogs and you like to take them out back, and you put up an illegal fence to fence them in, and the dogs are barking and carrying on out there, and it starts to look like a yard full of cow pies, they're going to turn you in.
Yeah. Kathy B in 603 says, I met a lady who paid $1,600 for a driver to drive her dog from Pennsylvania to St. Pete. Oh, yeah.
I believe that. We had a neighbor over here from Canada. He came down. They flew down from Canada. They owned this house. Nice people. But somebody kept showing up here about a week or so before they flew down and put his car in the garage. Yeah. And he did that for a couple, 3 years. And then we could always tell when they were going to go home, because this same guy would show up and get in the car and drive it away. And then the Canadians would fly out like a week later.
No, they were a week before they'd leave, and then he'd come in a week later.
Oh,
after they left.
It was just somebody they hired that drives the car up there.
He got a free vacation for driving down here. He got a free vacation. He'd go to the pool, and he would enjoy himself while he was here. So, but with your animals, that's a little bit different. Giving it to somebody that you don't know, it'd just be hard for me. But I don't know if I'd pay $1,600. I'd figure out something. I don't know if I'd send a UPS. I don't know.
Well, I don't know why you'd want to ship your animal anyway. If you're going to move down here, in order, you sell your house up there first. Round up your cats, your dogs, your zebras, your camels. Put them in the car. Come down here, rent a place, hotel room, who cares, something, for a few days until you find a house to buy down here, or do what we did, buy your first home before you move.
But some people don't drive. So, you know, if you're coming by plane, if you've got an animal that's over 25 pounds, you can't bring it because they'll put it in stowage, and I know most people won't.
Wrestlers
won't
want
let their dog.
asking this question, and they both
Yeah.
drive.
Oh, but they're, you know, they probably will fly down here. They probably won't drive down here until they're ready to be here full time.
Then why do we care about bringing the animals down here if you can't even bring your car down here?
I don't know.
If you're going to fly down here, just put the cats on the plane. Can you do that?
You know, I'm sure you can because, like I said, dogs under 25 pounds you can. But like, if they're over 25 pounds, which that includes a lot of dogs, then they
We're
have
talking
to.
cats.
I know, and they probably could with their cats. They could probably bring them with them. But
How about that boy that you've been working for the last 6 months getting him a place to live? Maybe he wants to adopt one.
there's 4 now.
I don't know.
Oh, and Jerry put up the video with you with healthy home cooking. cooking.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah, you'll see that all I'm doing is stirring something in a pan or something. That's all I'm doing.
Oh, and then the restaurant says actually healthy home cooking said it was too cold to release them, so it would keep over the winter. That was many years ago. Yeah, that's what happens. We brought a couple in that, I said their mother had left them in the middle of winter, and we brought them in the house because they were still babies.
Well,
the first time we ever had a cat in the house.
They were feral cats.
Yeah,
the
but
kittens weren't. But I think they were part. What do you call them? Bobcats.
I don't know.
These kittens were born in our garage. She had 2 kittens. That's all she had was just 2. And I'm not even sure what cat it was. It was just a cat that showed up once in a while in the winter
barn
time.
cat,
In the
yeah.
barn cat, yeah. And these kittens had weird legs. The legs in the front were taller than the ones were in the rear were taller than the ones in the front. They had bobtails. They didn't have really a real tail. And they were born out in our barn. And at night, we knew it was going to get really, really cold. And Brian, I think it was, the one, he went out there and got them, brought them in the house. He didn't want them out there. Well, once he brought them in the house, next thing I know, we're adopting these things. Mom left because he touched them, so Mom left. And we never saw her anymore.
Yeah.
So they were raised in our barn, but we fed them. But they were always a little...
They tore all the dirt out of my flower pots. They got in the fireplaces. We had, what, 4 fireplaces in the farm?
Yeah, we had...
And they got in the fireplace and had soot everywhere. And that's the last time we ever had a cat in the house.
But even when they lived outside, we sold the place, and we told them about these kittens that we had, and they'd come around. I said, they won't hurt you, but they like to go in that barn right there. And I don't know if they allowed them in or not, but anyway, we went into Pendleton like years later. I forget why we was there, and we went over to what was at that time Macy's grocery store, which I don't know what it is today. And we went around back, and I saw one of them kittens in the back of the store back there where the store throws a lot of their garbage and shit. And we saw one of them back there. So they went back to being a feral again because I'm assuming they wouldn't let them in the barn. And so they were just trying to take care of themselves. But where the bobcat came from, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Laura says that sounds about right from Pennsylvania to Florida for dog transportation. Wow, $1,600. That's a lot. But that must be the going price, evidently.
Shit, I'd damn near drive up there and get them, bring them down here for $1,600.
Yes. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, and then there's the blooper reel. He always put that up. Thank you, Jerry. Laura says, wrestler, you are a release failure. And yeah, wash, and wash. I'm sorry. That's just the way I talk. Becky says, my husband's the one that's the hoarder, not me. He's got more stuff than most women do. Well, most men won't admit to it, even though they do. I wish you'd see this office in here. As he talks about me getting rid of stuff, you can't walk in there.
I've always been that way. When I had a trucking company, it was the #1 rule, and everybody knew it. And I'd come at you. I didn't care who you was. You don't touch nothing on my desk. Nothing. I told Sue, don't clean it, don't dust it.
I don't.
I know how she is. Oh, I got to mop the floor. I got to clean this. Look at the dust in here. Don't touch anything on that desk.
You're wondering you ain't overrun with bugs. And Becky says, if I had my way, I'd set aside family photos and a few more family things aside to take, and everything else goes. But that's kind of what, you know.
Well, we have all the family stuff when the kids were little, when the grandkids were little. But here's the problem: back in the day, the video equipment was a VHS camera, and I had an 8mm movie camera. I had a Super 8, and then we got the VHS and all this. And I've got boxes of this stuff that you can do nothing with. I do have a TV that I can put a VHS thing in. It's just a portable TV. That barking, I'm telling you, is driving me nuts. That's all he does.
Come here, buddy. Yeah. Anyhow, we're getting to that time. Let me tell you what's going on. Wanted to show you something that the other day Judy P and I were walking around the farmers market in Brownwood, and we run into these people that were selling what they call shade bands, and I thought it was really, really cool. The shade band actually it's a shade. You know how they put dark colors on your windows and what have you, that kind of thing. It's kind of like that, only it's just across the top of your top window in your golf cart. And I thought that would really, really come in handy, because I run into those places where you're driving right into the sun. You know, well, you've got visors in your car, but most people don't have them in their golf cart. So if they had that little strip of shade across there, that would probably make all the difference in how they could see. And they had a little, let me show you this card. You think that'll help?
It'll help drown him out.
Well, let me show you the card. And this will be backwards too, won't it? Yeah. But anyhow, you get the idea of what I'm talking about, the shade here on the top. It just shades that part of your window. And I thought it was really, really neat. It was a good idea. That's because I've been that way where you're driving down the road and you're driving right into the sun. And like I said, you don't have visors on your car, or most cars don't. So that would be a good thing to have. And at $59.95 plus tax, and they come to you. And I said, it's a village owner. You know, he lives here in the village. It's got a lifetime warranty. And they do have.
That's always a joke. Lifetime warranty.
Well, yeah.
Everybody here will be dead next week.
But anyhow, for $59.95, and they come to your house to do it. So I thought that was a really, really good deal. So I told them I was going to tell y'all. And the number is 352-818-2274. And it's called shadebands.com. They said you can go to their site and it'll tell you a whole much more about it. And she actually, the lady handed me one, and I was looking right at the sun with it, and it did make a big, big difference. And I just thought it was they're just starting this business. He retired and just starting that business, so I thought it was a good thing.
Where are they advertising at? Facebook. Tell them to go to Facebook and advertise it.
Well, I said
I'm not Facebook.
I just thought it was a good idea. That's why I thought I'd tell people. He didn't ask me to advertise.
I think what would be a better idea is if they sponsor the video.
Well, that's a possibility. They just started out doing it up there at the farmers market. So if you want to take a look at it, like I said, I think they've been to the farmers market 2 weeks now. But they'll be up there next week, or this week, if you want to go take a look. But I thought for $59.95 and tax, I thought it'd make a great gift. You know, if you know somebody's got a golf cart, I think it'd make a great gift for them. So anyhow, thought I'd tell you that.
How many times I got to tell you to shut up?
Hold me, Daddy. Yeah. Okay, and things going on this week. Leesburg's having a Soul Fest. It's noon in Leesburg City Hall, and they've got live music and food vendors. That's on the 17th. That's Saturday, I believe. On the 15th, they've got a lunchtime concert at 2 p.m. at Savannah Center. That's 1545 Buena Vista Boulevard. It's $8. The performers are Tight Jeans and Patrina. Also, Thursday the 15th is the outdoor movie series. It starts at 6:30 at Soaring Eagle Softball Complex. That's at 4390 Morse Boulevard. It's free, but you have to register. You register at districtgov.org. And the movie this week is Twister. Now, I know you all need to, take your blanket with you. Because you can sit in your cart. They do have room for, you take your lawn chairs out or what have you, but it's going to be cold. The Lightsaber and Fencing Expo, they had one the 17th, and I think they're going to have one the 19th at Everglades Rec Center. If you haven't been to that, Deb and I went and did a video there, and we had such a good time. And I learned so much that I didn't know. I mean, I'm used to watching this kind of stuff on TV, but the new and improved way that they do things is a little bit different. And I didn't know, so I learned a lot when we went to this expo. But I just thought, I had a brother that he always took fencing. He thought it was cool. And I never went to any of his matches, so I really liked it. But anyhow, that's January 19th at Everglades. And RC car racing is at Everglades. RC track on Saturday, every Saturday. The Friday night car show is 5 to 8. And this week it's in Brownwood. The host is the Classic Automobile Club. And the entertainment will be Johnny Wild and the Delights.
What did you say the weight limit was on dogs to fly on a plane?
25,
Okay.
I think.
I was reading what Denise says. She says she flew here last year from Southern California with her 25-pound cat.
Well, I said
25-pound cat.
you can bring them, but they put them
That ain't
in
my
baggage.
25-pound cat.
That's a big cat.
That's a big cat.
Yeah, it's a big cat. Let's see, Marketplace 2026, Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 4. 30 vendors specializing in all things related to sewing, quilting, and stitching. It's at Rohan Center for $10 a person. They have scissor sharpening and basket mania and door prizes, both days. But the $10 covers both days if you want to go Friday and Saturday. So that's at Rohan Rec Center.
Wrestler Jerry says that, wait a minute. Yeah, Jerry says that Panda Express will ship your cats.
Jerry, shame on you. You've been watching Skip too long. Let's see. Laura says, I donated most of my winter clothes last summer. I've been wearing the same clothes over and over since December. Oh, honey. That's a way to get rid of stuff, but wow.
Damn, I ought to start a business here. All this what people are saying about getting your pets down here. Laura's saying there are also pet nannies that will fly with your cat or small dog on a plane. So in other words, you'll buy them the round trip ticket and pay them whatever money they want to come down with your pet, and then I suppose you have to go to the airport to claim the pet, or are they delivering it to your house? I don't know. Jesus, this could turn into a...
It's a job. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Becky says, my problem is my husband won't get rid of his cars. I understand that, Becky.
You said what?
He won't get rid of his cars.
Who?
Becky Forbes, her husband, won't get rid of his cars.
How many cars?
Yeah, how many? I mean, we went through this, we got rid of 2 vets, a motorcycle,
Yeah, I got rid of all my stuff,
Yeah.
Because I knew I wasn't going to need it here. And first of all, the motorcycles, after being down here, I realized then, riding a motorcycle around here, especially in the winter, you're taking your life in your own hands.
Yeah, it
Matter
is
of fact,
dangerous.
last week, there was a motorcycle death. I forget where. I didn't report it because after a while, it's like, Jesus, it makes it sound like there's a killing field around here. But sometimes it is. I mean,
Yeah. With older drivers and...
I have seen 1 week's of reporting, just 1 week in the paper, and there'd be like 3 deaths. Last week, a man killed himself here in the villages, right?
Suicide, yeah?
Did he kill his wife?
No.
I was thinking there was one where he tried to kill his wife. Yeah, he stabbed his wife, killed, but she didn't die, and then went out in the living room and then tried to stab himself in the neck, and the police got him, and anyway.
Well, I didn't hear about that one.
Oh yeah, this stuff happens like on a daily basis. I can't report all that because you guys would be accusing me of more...
Being morbid. Yeah.
But I don't make this stuff up. It's really happening.
Yeah, and Brad says sciatic nerve. Yeah, sciatic nerve is very...
Is that what's the matter with my hip? Sciatic nerve, Brad?
Does it go all the way down to your feet?
No, it's just this one spot on my hip
then
right
that's
here,
not what
but
it
when
is.
I walk. But my sciatica didn't do that the last time that it was a sciatica. It just got to a point where when I laid down, I couldn't get up. And then if I tried to get up, it literally would knock the breath out of me, like somebody punched me in the stomach. I couldn't get my breath. And then that was a sciatica thing. And when I asked the doctor, I says, you know, what do I do about that? He said, when you're laying down, it don't hurt or anything. You take these muscle relaxers, this will help you out. He said, but like your doctor, he says, if it hurts,
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Well, that's kind of how I feel now. My hip hurts. I try walking. It's this right leg over here. It just showed up one day. Don't know what caused it, but it's there now. And I'm supposed to go on this damn trip where I can walk up and down 15 floors of a boat that's a half a mile long.
We'll talk about
You know, I can't be in the sun, but I'm going on a boat in the middle of the lake or ocean somewhere. What am I going to do on this thing?
that. Rester says, Skip, you have pain in the back because you're completely full of whatever.
What now?
It says you have pain in the back because you're completely full.
Full of shit?
Yeah.
Mostly. I can be.
Oh, yeah. Well, we found MCO car rental much easier than Tampa. Everybody has their own
But
thing.
if you're flying in
Yeah.
Orlando, what do you care about Tampa? She's flying in Orlando, right? So,
No, she didn't say that. She
Oh, I
just
thought-
said that they found
No, if that's
car
it-
rental easier in Tampa than in Orlando.
the lady that's wanting to rent a car in Orlando, she said she went to that, she got it on Discord, our
Turo.
page, Turo. She's going to Fort Lauderdale first,
Okay.
and then, or I think it's Fort Lauderdale, and then coming up here.
Okay.
Well, I don't see where Tampa enters into that.
Unless they just said that the rental was
Even though
car
our
rental.
neighbor over here, she would never go to Orlando. And she was a stewardess. I call it stewardess. That's probably politically incorrect too. But she always went to Tampa.
She always went to Tampa, yeah.
So I'm figuring there must be something to that.
Well, she just said it's so much easier getting through the airport. Just like we go to Sanford because it's so much easier than
No, I go to
Orlando.
Sanford not because it's easier to get to the airport. I go to Sanford because it's easier to navigate in the airport. You basically go in, you go up the flight of steps, that's it. You're checking in right there. Once you get on the other side of that, easy peasy. And I can go to Sanford and park my car inside that building right there and walk across the street to the airport.
Yeah. Nicole said that I worked on this beautiful she shed and now we are moving so she doesn't get to enjoy it. Epic fail on the happy wife once again. Well, you do what you can. What can I say?
What happened? Did he piss his wife
That was
off?
nice. It was
Huh?
nice.
Did he piss his wife off?
Well, he built her a she shed and now they're moving.
A she shed?
She shed.
What the hell's a she shed?
You know, like a man cave, only for a woman. Men have men caves, women have
I don't
she
have
sheds.
men caves.
I know.
I had a shed out back. I put all my stuff in, get it out of the garage.
Yeah, whatever you call it, yeah. But like I said, that's what they talk about.
Why would a woman need a shed?
I could use one right now to paint in, to put all my paints in, to get them out of the garage.
Okay.
Okay?
No, I don't get any of that at all.
Yeah, I know. She says the next step in her happiness will be a pool when we get the hammock at Finney.
Well, you can have a pool installed if you buy a piece of property that's approved for a pool. I'm just trying to save you money. Make sure it's approved for a pool before you buy the property. We had a neighbor over here when this neighborhood was new. He bought this over here. The real estate agent told him he could put a pool there. So he goes to ARC, gets all the plans, calls the pool company to come out and knock on his door and say, you can't put a pool over there. The easement comes way up here for some strange reason.
Yeah.
And so he got pissed off and sold the house and moved outside the villages. He left.
Okay, someone says in Tampa we had to walk like 10 miles and they not picked hours down to the minute, not a fan.
So what now? Where are you
To
at?
get the rental car, they had to walk like 10 miles.
No, that's not me. I'm not doing it. That's why I don't like doing it, but at an airport, it's always easy peasy. You're right there. The car rentals are usually right there. They're usually extra fees on them, though, airport fees.
That's what I said,
crap.
but I was just so much comfortable when I picked it up at the airport, I took it back to the airport, just got on the plane.
Yeah, it's just,
Easy peasy, but it did cost more.
when you get to be 112 years old, it's all about convenience.
Becky says, I've flown with my young dog before. Yeah, I flew with KT. I never had with Buddy, but I flew with KT when I brought her down here. and she was just fine. But like I said, she was a little dog. And I know that they have a weight limit to what you can keep in the cabin. And you can fly them down with the luggage. But I was never comfortable doing that. And I said, I don't know, some people are. But yeah, as long as they're under a certain size, they go in a carrier. It has to be a certain carrier. You can't just pick any carrier. A certain carrier, they got to be able to stand up and turn around in them, I think. But then they have to go under the seat in the cabin. But I said, if you got a dog bigger than that, you can put them with I think where they put the luggage. And I said, because of difference in temperatures, I never liked that idea. But, you do what you have to do. Laura says, my doggie was in a dog transport van from Kentucky to Chicago in 2023. That's how she got to the shelter I adopted her from. Yeah, like I said, there's people that do that. Oh, and Becky just subscribed to Brad. Becky just subscribed to Brad's. I can't talk now. Well, anyhow, it's time for us to get out of here.
Did your friend sell us? Oh, it might be talking about Kevin. I don't think so. I think they've had a couple open houses, but I don't think they've had an offer yet or anything. I could be wrong about that because he's not on here, so maybe they did. I don't know.
Yeah. Racer Girl says, I snuck my chickens in my purse. I can see you doing that, Racer Girl. Yeah, Craig the Sailor subscribed too to Brad. Good.
It's after
We're
2
going to have to
o'clock.
go. So we had a great time. I said, hope the weather improves. It's going to be cold for the next couple of days, but, that's Florida. I said cold for a couple of days and it goes back to where it's normally supposed to be. So we still don't have to endure what you guys do. Anyhow.
Thanks, moderators.
Love y'all.